Picture this. You spend $350,000 building a small rental house that brings in $1,800 per month. Or you spend the same money building a 3,000 square foot commercial flex space warehouse that generates $3,600 per month. Same investment, double the income, half the headaches. While traditional real estate investors are fighting over overpriced single-family homes, a growing group of smart investors has discovered something better: commercial barndominiums. These aren't your typical barndominium homes. We're talking about commercial flex spaces that combine warehouse functionality with office capability, and they're quietly becoming one of the most profitable real estate investments in 2025. Stay with me through this entire video because I'm going to show you the exact numbers that prove why commercial barndominiums are crushing traditional rental houses, and why flex space investing might be the opportunity you've been missing. But first, if you're serious about real estate investing and want honest breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I only create content that I want to watch myself. No fluff, just real numbers and actionable strategies. Now let's dive in. Why traditional rental houses are losing appeal. Let's be honest about what's happening in residential real estate right now. The average cost to build a single-family rental home in 2025 ranges from $150 to $300 per square foot. For a modest 1,500 square foot rental house, you're looking at $225,000 to $450,000 just for construction, not including land. According to recent data, the national average to build a home is around $323,000 for approximately 2,000 square feet. When you add land costs, which average $91,000 for a finished lot, you're at $414,000 total before your first tenant moves in. Now here's where it gets worse. That rental house needs constant maintenance. Tenants call about leaky faucets, broken HVAC systems, damaged carpets, and appliance failures. You're replacing roofs every 15 to 20 years at $10,000 to $30,000. You're repainting between tenants. You're fixing whatever the last family broke. And what's your rent? In most markets, a 1,500 square foot house rents for $1,500 to $2,200 per month. Let's say $1,800. That's a gross annual income of $21,600 on a $414,000 investment. That's barely a 5% gross yield before expenses. After property management, maintenance, vacancy, insurance, and property taxes, your net yield drops to maybe 3% if you're lucky. Meanwhile, tenant turnover is high, vacancy periods hurt, and every time someone moves out, you're spending $3,000 to $7,000 getting the place rent-ready again. Enter the commercial barndominium flex space. Now let me show you what smart investors are building instead. Commercial barndominiums designed as flex space warehouses. These are metal buildings with that distinctive barndominium look, but instead of residential use, they're configured as commercial rental units. What exactly is flex space? It's versatile commercial property that combines warehouse or light industrial space with office capability. Think of it as a small metal building, typically 1,000 to 5,000 square feet per unit, with warehouse doors, high ceilings, concrete floors, and a small office area built in. Businesses use these for everything: e-commerce fulfillment, contractor storage, small manufacturing, auto detailing, fitness studios, even pickleball courts. Here's why this matters. Flex space is the fastest growing segment of commercial real estate in 2025. Demand is surging because modern businesses need adaptable space that can function as warehouse, workshop, showroom, and office all in one. And unlike traditional commercial real estate that requires millions to enter, you can build flex space barndominiums for a fraction of that cost. The numbers that change everything. Let me break down a real-world comparison using actual 2025 construction costs and rental rates. Scenario 1. Traditional rental house. Construction cost for 1,500 square foot home, $323,000. Land cost, $91,000. Total investment, $414,000. Monthly rent, $1,800. Annual gross income, $21,600. Gross yield, 5.2%. Maintenance costs run 1% to 2% of property value annually, so $4,140 to $8,280. Property management at 8% to 10% costs $1,728 to $2,160. Insurance, taxes, and vacancy easily consume another $8,000 annually. Your net operating income drops to around $7,000 to $10,000, giving you a net yield of 1.7% to 2.4%. And that's if nothing major breaks. Scenario 2. Commercial barndominium flex space. Now let's build a commercial barndominium with 3 1,000 square foot flex units, totaling 3,000 square feet. Shell construction for metal building. $30 to $50 per square foot equals $90,000 to $150,000. Interior finishes for flex space. $40 to $75 per square foot equals $120,000 to $225,000. Total construction, $210,000 to $375,000. Land cost, $75,000. Total investment, $285,000 to $450,000. Let's use $365,000 as our middle estimate for apples-to-apples comparison with the house. Now here's where it gets interesting. Flex space rental rates nationally average $12 to $21 per square foot annually, with a national average for flex service space at $16.40 per square foot according to 2025 data. Smaller spaces under 5,000 square feet can command even higher rates because businesses value the flexibility. For our 3,000 square foot building divided into 3 1,000 square foot units, renting at $14 per square foot annually, that's $14,000 per year per unit, or $1,167 per month per unit. With 3 units, that's $3,500 per month total, or $42,000 annually. On a $365,000 investment, that's an 11.5% gross yield, nearly double the residential property. But the magic is in the expenses. Commercial tenants operate under triple net leases, meaning they pay property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Your expenses as the landlord drop dramatically. Property management for commercial is typically 4% to 6%, so $1,680 to $2,520 annually. Your net operating income is around $39,000 to $40,000, giving you a net yield of approximately 10.7% to 11%. That's 4 to 5 times better than a rental house. The maintenance advantage. Here's something nobody talks about enough. Commercial barndominiums require almost zero maintenance compared to residential properties. With a residential rental, you're responsible for everything. Broken dishwashers, clogged toilets, landscaping, pest control, appliance repairs. The list never ends. Studies show annual maintenance costs for residential rentals run $4,000 to $8,000, and that's just the routine stuff. Commercial flex space is different. First, the building itself is a metal structure. No wood rot, no termite damage, no siding to replace. The roof is metal and lasts 40 to 60 years with virtually no maintenance. There's no carpet to replace, no landscaping to maintain, no appliances to fix. Second, commercial tenants maintain their own spaces. They handle interior repairs, their own HVAC servicing, and improvements. You're basically just collecting rent while the building sits there, solid as a tank. Insurance companies recognize this too. Metal commercial buildings often have insurance premiums 20% to 30% lower than wood frame residential properties because of superior fire and pest resistance. Tenant quality and lease terms. Let's talk about who rents these spaces, because this is crucial. Residential tenants are individuals or families. They move frequently, they're emotionally attached to housing trends, and turnover is high. The average residential tenant stays 2 to 3 years. Commercial flex space tenants are businesses. They're contractors, distributors, small manufacturers, service companies. These are business owners who need reliable space to run their operations. Once they're set up with their equipment, inventory, and workflow, they don't want to move. Commercial lease terms typically run 3 to 5 years, with many tenants renewing multiple times. And here's the beautiful part. Businesses need these spaces to make money. A contractor storing $100,000 in tools and materials isn't going to skip rent. An e-commerce company fulfilling orders isn't going to jeopardize their operation. The payment reliability is far superior to residential. Vacancy rates tell the story. While residential vacancy rates fluctuate with market conditions, industrial flex space has maintained remarkably low vacancy rates even during economic uncertainty. As of 2025, quality flex space in good locations often maintains 95% to 98% occupancy. Scalability and growth potential. Here's where commercial barndominiums really shine. Scalability. With residential rentals, you're buying or building one house at a time. Each property requires separate management, separate maintenance, separate headaches. With commercial barndominiums, you're building multi-unit properties on single parcels of land. That same acre that holds one rental house can accommodate a 5,000 to 10,000 square foot commercial building with 5 to 10 rental units. You're dealing with one property tax bill, one insurance policy, one structure to maintain. But you're collecting rent from multiple business tenants, which diversifies your risk. If one tenant leaves, you still have income from the others. And as your commercial property appreciates, you can leverage it to build more. Many investors use commercial properties for 1031 exchanges to defer capital gains taxes while scaling their portfolios. The construction advantage. Let me address construction timelines and complexity because this matters. Building a traditional house takes 7 to 24 months according to current data. You're coordinating multiple subcontractors, dealing with weather delays, managing complex systems. Commercial barndominium shells go up in weeks, not months. These are pre-engineered metal buildings that bolt together. The entire weatherproof shell for a 3,000 square foot building can be erected in 2 to 4 weeks with a small crew. Interior finishes for commercial flex space are straightforward. Concrete floors get sealed or epoxy coated. Walls stay exposed or get minimal finish. Basic electrical and HVAC installation. Total construction time from breaking ground to rent-ready units. 3 to 6 months typically. You're generating income faster, which means less capital tied up in construction and less interest paid on construction loans. And because these are simpler structures with fewer finishes, construction costs are more predictable. You're not dealing with premium countertops, tile work, landscaping, or decorator finishes. It's functional space, and that keeps costs and timelines under control. Location flexibility. Residential rentals need to be in or near population centers where people want to live. Good school districts, safe neighborhoods, proximity to amenities. This restricts your options and increases land costs. Commercial flex space thrives in different locations. Businesses want access to highways and transportation corridors, but they don't need to be in prime residential areas. In fact, they prefer industrial zoned areas on the outskirts where land is cheaper and zoning is more flexible. This means you can buy land for $30,000 to $75,000 per acre instead of $100,000 plus for residential lots. You're building in areas with lower property taxes, and you're serving businesses that genuinely need these locations for logistics and operations. The market trends working in your favor. Let's talk about why 2026 is the perfect time for this strategy. Several massive trends are driving flex space demand through the roof. E-commerce explosion. Online businesses need warehouse and fulfillment space, and they need it close to customers. Small flex spaces in suburban and secondary markets are perfect for this. Hybrid work models. Companies are downsizing expensive office space but still need somewhere to store equipment and inventory. Flex space with a small office component is ideal. Supply chain localization. After supply chain chaos during recent years, businesses are keeping more inventory closer to home. This creates demand for distributed warehouse space. Small business growth. Over 30 million small businesses operate in the U.S., and many need affordable workspace. Flex space serves this market perfectly. Traditional office struggles. Office vacancy rates in many markets exceed 15% to 20%, while industrial flex space maintains sub 8% vacancy. Capital is shifting from office to industrial, and savvy investors are riding this wave. According to recent industry reports, over 50% of large corporations are incorporating flex space into their real estate strategies. Flex office and warehouse space now accounts for approximately 30% of new leases in major metropolitan areas. This isn't a niche trend. It's a fundamental shift in how businesses use real estate. Financing and returns. Let me address financing because I know you're wondering. Yes, commercial property financing is different from residential. Lenders typically want 20% to 30% down for commercial properties versus 15% to 20% for residential. Interest rates may be slightly higher, but here's the thing. The superior returns more than compensate. With net yields of 10% to 12% on commercial flex space versus 2% to 4% on residential rentals, you're building equity and cash flow far faster. Many investors use the BRRR strategy adapted for commercial. Build, rent, refinance, repeat. You build the flex space, lease it up, get it stabilized with occupied tenants and proven income, then refinance at a lower loan-to-value based on the property's income. This pulls out capital to build the next property while keeping the cash-flowing asset. Some are even building these with partners or through small syndications, pooling capital from multiple investors to build larger facilities. The returns attract serious investors who understand commercial real estate math. The risks you need to know. I'm going to be completely honest. This strategy isn't perfect for everyone. There are legitimate risks and challenges you need to understand. First, zoning and permitting can be complex. You need land zoned for commercial or light industrial use. Some areas restrict metal buildings. You need to research local regulations before buying land. Second, financing requires more sophistication. You're dealing with commercial lenders who evaluate properties differently. You may need stronger financials or business plans. Third, commercial tenants have different needs. You need to understand business leases, commercial lease structures, and business operations. This isn't residential property management. Fourth, economic downturns can affect small businesses more than residential demand. While quality flex space maintains occupancy better than most commercial property types, business failures do happen. And fifth, liquidity can be lower. Commercial properties can take longer to sell than residential properties because the buyer pool is smaller and more specialized. These are real considerations. But for investors willing to learn commercial real estate fundamentals, the rewards dramatically outweigh the risks. Getting started. If this strategy interests you, here's how to begin. First, educate yourself on commercial real estate fundamentals. Understanding cap rates, net operating income, commercial leases, and property valuation is essential. There are excellent resources online, including commercial real estate courses and mentorship programs. Second, identify markets with strong small business activity and growing logistics needs. Look for areas near highways, industrial parks, or business corridors where flex space would be in demand. Third, connect with commercial real estate brokers and lenders in your target market. They can provide local market data, help you find appropriately zoned land, and guide you through commercial financing. Fourth, start small if you're new to commercial. Consider building a 2,000 to 3,000 square foot facility with 2 to 3 units as your first project. Prove the concept, learn the business, then scale up. Fifth, network with existing flex space operators. Many are happy to share insights about what works, what tenants want, and how to structure leases. Look, I'm not telling you to abandon residential real estate entirely. Single-family rentals have their place, and for some investors, they work great. But if you're frustrated with low yields, constant maintenance, and tenant headaches, commercial barndominiums configured as flex space deserve serious consideration. The math is compelling. Double the income on similar investment, fraction of the maintenance, better tenants, longer leases, and you're riding major market trends that show no signs of slowing. Smart investors are always looking for asymmetric opportunities, places where the returns dramatically exceed the risks. Commercial flex space barndominiums, in my opinion, represent exactly that kind of opportunity in 2025. Will everyone do this? No. Most investors will stick with what they know, keep building rental houses, and accept mediocre returns. But the investors who take the time to understand commercial real estate and recognize this opportunity, they're going to build serious wealth over the next decade. The choice is yours. Same money, different strategy, dramatically different results. If this video opened your eyes to commercial barndominium investing, do me a favor. Share it with another investor who needs to see this. And drop a comment below telling me, Are you currently investing in residential or commercial? And does this strategy interest you? I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell because I'm constantly researching real estate strategies that actually work, and I only share the ones backed by real data and honest analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we dive even deeper into alternative real estate investing strategies that are working right now.